Hello and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for today. Today we review Thundercat's brand newly released album, Distracted. This came out in full at the beginning of April, and I listened to it shortly after. I don't think I listened to it on release day, but it was that weekend. It is definitely good. This is the track listing, and these are the tracks added to my playlist, 9 out of 15, so almost 2/3 here. This album is definitely good. There's a lot of features, which isn't surprising for the genre or Thundercat in particular. And they're generally pretty good. None of the rappers here are awful, and their lyrics are pretty solid in my opinion, and some of the other features are pretty decent as well. The opening couple of tracks are all pretty good, and you don't really get any super meh tracks until about halfway through the album. 8th track, Anakin Learns His Fate, is probably the first kind of really meh one. And even then, there are a couple of standouts on the back half. Thunderwave and ADD Through the Roof are all both pretty decent, although not as good as the opening couple of songs, admittedly. The flow overall is well done. Thundercat's songs just kind of naturally tend to flow well into each other. He's really good at that. But there are definitely some specific moments which the album does manage to sort of create in the track listing. This helps get through the back half, where other artists would probably get super boring, and Thundercat actually kind of did get a little bit meh on his last album, so this is a good improvement. Unfortunately, the album doesn't end great. I feel like ADD Through the Roof should probably be the final track. Those last two weren't super interesting in my opinion, and they kind of unfortunately ended the album on a meh note. If you stop at track 13 though, it's pretty good, so meh. The style here is very similar to his previous album, It Is What It Is from 2020, although a bit more varied, and the vibe is a little bit more upbeat than that one. There aren't really any sad songs here in my opinion, although some are pretty slow. Overall, a really good album, definitely worth checking out. There were a handful of singles released before the album, starting all the way back in 2023 with No More Lies. After that came I Wish I Didn't Waste Your Time, I Did This to Myself, She Knows Too Much, and Thunderwave. Aside from Thunderwave, all of those tracks are definitely some of the bigger hits off of the album, and all the singles have relatively big features on them, as expected. I'm really glad I didn't listen to any of these songs before I listened to the whole album, as it might have been a little boring if I had heard over a third of these tracks beforehand. My favorite track here is actually, though, Funny Friends. It's got a great vibe and some very interesting lyrics. A$AP Rocky is not too bad here. I kind of liked it. I thought it was good. She Knows Too Much was also really good. Mac Miller, rest in peace, feature there. Definitely one of the best songs off of the album as well. I rank this album second out of Thundercat's now 5 albums. Over his 2020 album, It Is What It Is, but under his 2017 album, Drunk. Drunk is definitely still his best work overall. In general, Distracted feels like a sort of general upgrade over his 2020 album, which was good but had some issues with vibe and variety. It Is What It Is kind of fell off hard in the back half and struggled to match the variety and styles that Drunk had. This album, in contrast, integrates other sounds a lot better and avoids getting very slow and sad to the end. Also, it's clear he hasn't gotten any worse over the last decade, half-decade. He's definitely gotten better, and everything since 2017 has been really quite good. Additionally, this album is my favorite from the year 2026, since it's the only album I've listened to this year so far, which isn't surprising since we haven't even hit the summer yet. There will definitely be more albums releasing this year, so we'll see if they can unseat Distracted when they do eventually come out and I listen to them. So, thank you for watching. Next up, I'm going to try and get a review for the Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins soundtrack before I get started on my bracket winners, which were AC/DC and the Beach Boys. So stay tuned for those, and as always, stay minty.